Under the roaring lights of the Saitama Super Arena, the air was thick with tension, the kind that settles deep into your bones and makes each heartbeat feel heavier than the last. Two men stood in opposite corners of the ring, not just fighters, but symbols of two eras. In one corner, Naoya Inoue, the monster, the pride of Japan. A man whose fists had ended nights for opponents with terrifying efficiency. In the other, Nonito Donaire, the Filipino Flash, a master of the sweet science, a living legend whose skill was as sharp as the day he first stepped into a professional ring. It was the final of the World Boxing Super Series the night when the Muhammad Ali Trophy, the symbol of supremacy in the sport, would be placed into the hands of one man. What followed was not just a fight, but a war that would push both men to their breaking points. The journey to this moment had been one of domination. Inoue had ripped through his earlier opponents with the force of a hurricane. His fists carried the kind of power that seemed almost unfair, detonating on contact, like they carried the combined arsenal of an entire nation. In the semifinals, he had met Emmanuel Rodriguez, a man dangerous in his own right, but who made the mistake of insulting the Inoue family by disrespecting Naoya's father. That slight ignited something primal in the monster. Inoue didn't just defeat Rodriguez, he dismantled him, delivering a calculated, merciless beating that ended with the Puerto Rican floored and humiliated. A chilling testament to what happens when you step over certain lines. Donaire's path had been equally commanding, but in a different way. His semifinal clash against Stefan Young was a display of pure boxing artistry. Every movement was precise, every punch purposeful. Young, a talented fighter, was so thoroughly outclassed that the bout ended with a devastating knockout. A single thunderous blow that silenced the arena and left no doubt that Donaire's power was as dangerous as ever. It was the kind of win that doesn't just advance you in a tournament. It reminds the world that you are still a force to be feared. And so, the stage was set. Two warriors, two paths converging on the same night. For Inoue, this was supposed to be a showcase of his methodical brilliance. Study the opponent from a distance, break them down, and then finish the job. But from the opening bell, Donaire had other plans. He didn't come to be dissected. He came to disrupt. He came to hurt. The early rounds were a shock to Inoue's system. Donaire's left hook found its mark with surgical precision, smashing into Inoue's face and drawing blood. It wasn't just a cut, it was a message. Donaire's timing was impeccable, his composure unshaken. He wasn't overawed by Inoue's reputation or his speed. He was walking him down, countering him, making him feel pain he had never felt before. For the first time in his career, the monster looked mortal. The fight became a brutal chess match played at lightning speed. Inoue adjusted, firing back with body shots, testing Donaire's guard. But each time he stepped forward, the Filipino legend met him with punches that cracked like gunfire. The arena was electric. The crowd caught between gasps and roars as momentum swung back and forth. Donaire was reading Inoue's movements like an open book, slipping shots, stepping into range, tagging the younger man with veteran precision. By the middle rounds, Inoue was battling not just an opponent, but the creeping thought that this might be the night everything slipped away. His right eye was swelling, the pain shooting through his face every time Donaire's glove connected. Yet somewhere deep inside, Japanese champion reached for that hidden reserve that separates great fighters from all-time legends. Inoue's pace quickened, his combinations sharpened, and his resolve hardened into steel. Every punch he threw now carried not just power, but defiance. Donaire, though, was not fading. His defense was a fortress, his counterpunching still dangerous enough to stop Inoue in his tracks. It was as if neither man could truly break the other. Both were fighting at the very limits of what the human body could endure. Then came the moment that shifted the war. In the championship rounds, with the fight still hanging in the balance, Inoue saw the opening he had been searching for. As Donaire moved in, the monster dipped, turned his hips, and unleashed a left hook to the body, a shot so perfectly placed that it seemed to momentarily freeze time. Donaire's face twisted in pain, his body folding as the delayed agony of a perfect liver shot took over. The crowd erupted. sensing that they had just witnessed the defining blow of the fight. But in a testament to his warrior spirit, Donaire did not stay down. He rose, fighting through the pain, determined to finish what he started. The final minutes were fought at a blistering pace, both men throwing as though each punch might be their last. When the final bell rang, the two fighters embraced, bloodied and battered. Knowing they had given the world something unforgettable, the judges rendered their verdict. Unanimous decision for Naoya Inoue. He had survived the greatest test of his career, raised the Muhammad Ali trophy high, and cemented his place as the best in the world. But for those who watched, the night had no losers. Donaire had pushed Inoue to the brink, forcing him to dig deeper than ever before, and in doing so, it earned eternal respect from fans and fighters alike. Even Floyd Mayweather Jr., man not known for freely offering praise, acknowledged the magnitude of what had just happened. The fight wasn't just about titles or trophies. It was about the essence of boxing, skill, courage, and the unbreakable will to win. For Donaire, the war took its toll. He stepped away from the sport for a year and a half, carrying the scars of the battle, but also the pride of having been part of one of the greatest fights in modern boxing history. For Inoue, the night was a reminder that even monsters can be hurt, but also proof that they can endure, adapt, and overcome. Years from now, when people speak of the World Boxing Super Series, of the Muhammad Ali Trophy, of legendary nights, in the ring they will speak of this night. They will speak of the moment when Naoya Inoue met his worst nightmare, stared it down, and refused to fall. They will speak of how two men from opposite sides of the world gave everything they had and left the ring as legends. And they will remember the sound of that perfect body shot, the one that sealed a place in history.